Alright folks, I'm going to show you how I make a quick, simple keto meal. This can also be carnivore. You can just do the Boston pork butt roast with some water and some salt, maybe a little pepper, and it's fine. I like to have it with some onions, and then I'll usually add broccoli or broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots to it, but it's very cheap. This is $1.79 a pound, and I got about 2 pounds, 1.995 pounds for $3.50. So we'll take this out and we'll put that in the bottom of our pan over here. And I just have a nice stainless steel. This is the, I don't know, I think it's the Revere ware. It's a 1970s or 60s pan that is the nice copper bottom. They don't make them anymore, they're out of business. So, but I got this on eBay a long time ago. Now you'll see this Boston pork butt roast, and some places you have to buy a whole roast or a quarter or a half. These are just sliced up and sold by the pound. It saves a lot, that's why I like them. But if you do have to buy like a half one or something, you just have to use a bigger pan and cook it the same way. But I like these because they're sliced up, but you can see all the nice fat and connective tissue out here. That's all going to boil out and become part of the broth. Okay, so we just put that in there. You have to make sure you get these things peeled off the bottom, these little absorber things. Yeah, I wish you could just buy meat wrapped in paper and not have to do all the plasticky stuff, but you know, when you're doing the cheap, you got to do it this way. But you could go see your butcher. Now I got like 4 medium-sized onions all quartered up. I'm going to take and put those in the pan. Like so. And now I'm just going to take I got some hot water. I mean, you can use cold water too. Hot water just help it get that melted down faster. And I'm just going to cover them up like so. There we go. And I want to leave a little room in there to make broth, and then I'm not going to add the broccoli, carrots, and cauliflower stuff till the end. I'm going to let this slow cook. So we're just going to take this, we're going to turn it down towards low, and we're just going to let it simmer for a long time. I'll grab my lid that fits this pan. We'll put that on there, and we'll let this simmer a good 4 to 5 hours. So it's, you know, maybe 3 or 4. You have to tell when it gets tender. When it's first cooking, it'll be really tough, right? But when it's ready, it'll just fall apart with a fork. So now I'll just go ahead and let this simmer and cook down, and I can walk away. You can do this in a crock pot, stove, whatever. Really easy meal to make. I forgot you got to put salt in here. I like this big, this is like a full tablespoon worth of Redmond's real salt. It needs lots of salt. It'll be good. All right, and then I'll take my black pepper and let me open it up. Okay, and then we'll just put a nice helping of black pepper in here as well. Now we just have to stir that up a little bit. I'll use my knife. Just kind of mix that stuff in. And I will just let it cook nice and slow. It's going to smell really good. It's going to make you really hungry. But it's going to take hours. Okay, I've had this on low for a few hours. And it is starting to get somewhat tender. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and add my California medley mix. I'm going to put those in there. Like so. And then we'll just go ahead and turn this up a little bit. Let it get some boiling action. You can see all that fat's come in and the broth is getting darker. And then we'll let that cook for about a half hour, 40 minutes. And it should be ready to eat. All right, it's been at a nice boil here for quite a while. And the meat should be nice and tender. It should just fall right off the bone. Yeah, like that. kind of steamy, but it'll just fall right off the bone there. And now we're ready to plate some of this up. I'm just gonna put it in a bowl. Get me a nice big piece of meat. Use some of these veggies. Maybe get me another piece of meat. Oh shoot, I dropped some. Cheeky Bear's gonna have to have that. Now what I like to do is just take and fill it up a little with some extra broth. There. Now we're ready to eat it. I think it's gonna have to have that other piece of meat. We'll just leave that there until she finds it. Looks like my bread's about ready to go in too. So I'll go ahead and turn the stove on and get ready to bake that. Alright, here we go. So you can see, got some nice veggies there, got some meat. And this is actually really good. It's really hot. Let me blow on it. Kind of let it cool off a little bit because it's still pretty hot. And here comes the kitten. The kitten's like, hey, you got meat? I want some of that. Just don't walk on the bread. And come over, I'll get you some meat. Yep, I'll get you some Boston pork butt. All right, that's just a cheap, easy keto meal that I like to make. It's really delicious. The broth is really good. I mean, you could put other spices in here too, I'm sure. I just like salt and pepper. It's a really nice flavor. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. This is Tom, your Frugal Prepper. And the bread is done. It turned out nice. I kind of cut it right there with some scissors, and then I cut some little slits right there just to give it some expansion room. So she's out. We'll just let it cool down a little bit and she'll be ready to eat. I don't eat a whole lot of this, but my son really loves it. But I'll have a sandwich or some toast or some stuff on a shingle once in a while too. This is just made with the organic flour, so it doesn't have Roundup, and salt, flour, water, yeast. That's all it is. And it's a long fermented bread, so those yeast really have time to get in there and work that flour. It's not kneaded or anything. You don't have to knead it because the yeast grow the gluten, and it's a really good bread.